this one has been such a huge upgrade and such a huge win. Sunny Gahani, that's my nomination for a BCH MVP of 2022. And also props to Fiendish Crypto for assisting him a lot in that. But even if you go back and look at the show from last year, there wasn't any mention of St. Kitts because nothing had happened there yet. It's all been in the last year and maybe even more like the last 9 or so months, the last 9 to 11 months, that adoption on the island as actual peer-to-peer cash just started emerging seemingly out of nowhere. Obviously, it wasn't out of nowhere. It was Sunny and a bunch of people putting in a lot of good work, but it all just started coming together really nicely, and everybody there, because they were trading on chain and they were doing it that way, they were unaffected, even as there was all these crypto blowups and problems and whatever. If we'd been doing a bad job there, then the first couple of exchange blowups would have just wiped out the whole little organic ecosystem. But that didn't actually happen. So obviously we had the BCH 2022 conference at the end of the year, which was amazing too. I mean, you weren't there, right? So how did it all come across online? Or at least I didn't see you there if you were
Yeah,
there.
I unfortunately wasn't able to make it. I do hope I can make it next year, but I mean, the whole production was just very impressive, and huge shout outs to Sunny and to Fiendish because they did a phenomenal job with getting everything organized with Fiendish hosting. He's got such a great personality, perfect pick for that conference. And Sunny, I call him the adoption warlord. He's going multiple countries, getting tons of merchants onboarded. Last I heard, and this was a couple months ago, he had onboarded single-handedly over 400 merchants. And then so he was the main driving force behind the conference. I think a good pick for MVP 2022, definitely. Just yeah, it's so exciting to see that the adoption is real. Like you can actually go there and you can live on Bitcoin Cash entirely. You don't have to touch your credit card ever. You were able to buy a plane ticket, you were able to buy your hotel, you were able to buy your food, everything. So like that's good visibility, and so excited for next year. And I really hope I can make it.
Yeah, it's made a huge difference for me, not only going there and stuff. It was great. It was amazing to meet a bunch of people in the industry. And I think it got everybody really charged up. But it's also now a perfect example that I can use to people when I'm explaining it. If they say, what is this crypto? How's it working? Da da da. And I can say, okay, last month I was in St. Kitts and I was there for 2 weeks and I lived all not entirely, but almost entirely on Bitcoin Cash. And I walk them through like what's going on there and how it's working, and that, and people can really get that idea once they understand there's a physical place. Like the idea of explaining a conceptual economy based on cryptocurrency or an online economy, people can sort of, yeah, okay, that's a nice sort of dream. But when you can point to a physical place that they can look at on a map that maybe they've either been to or they have heard of, or they understand that it's a real place and that there's real shops and real people trading Bitcoin Cash every day, suddenly it's so much more tangible to them.